What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review an EP by Britney Spears based on this particular project called Key Cuts from Remixed, and it came out in the late summer / fall of 2005. There's not as much full-bound amount of details amongst this particular project here. It was for promotional use only, pitch like that, but the fray amongst, I think, within certain type of pitches, it has like some aspects of being able to track down with the pitch like that. But the fair amongst it is this has cuts from Be in the Mix. The remix is the album, which I hitting type album pitch like that. Now I've actually got that album prior within some of the pitches, reviewed it way back in 2016, so it's been a decade pitch like that, and I don't remember that album is full bound. Have not purchased that album yet within those pitches. So yeah, it's been since I was in my late 20s pitch like that since I reviewed that particular album. The pitch far as saying within aspects far as pitch kind of get towards the pitch far as saying within the funny thing about this product here is the fact that this particular Key Cuts from Remix came out a couple months before Be in the Mix. The remix is the album kind of came out, so pitch like that as far as saying, but the product kind of amongst it, promotional type Django promotional type bazang pitch like that. 5 tunes off here pitch like that. These are pretty capital type ones, so yeah, simple enough. Nowadays I'd probably easily say with these pitches Be in the Mix. The remixes, I don't remember what I gave that album back in 2016, but I would probably most assuredly say it gets a 10 out of 10 within these pitches nowadays. And the pitch person is being able to get towards like the product of taking like some of the hot tickets off of like In the Zone from 2003 and other type tunes that she probably had like off of Britney from 2001, some of the mid 2000 type flavor. There might have been like some pitches, like she had a couple new tunes on her particular Greatest Hits album, the Greatest Hits My Prerogative. So My Prerogative might have had like a remix, might have had like a remix type spark, something like that within those pitches. But the variety kind of amongst it within these pitches here, these particular ones, like there's a couple of these within these pitches, as these products going to happen that are from In the Zone off this EP here, pitch like that. But there's a couple of these I don't remember as full bound, like Touching My Hand and Then We Kiss, some of this first like that. I want to say they might have popped up on like some Greatest Hits stuff first pitch. I looked it up on Google, but I don't remember pitch like that. But some banner typeness. Britney Spears did have like a catalog, some hit type appeal. She was active in like the early mid 2000s as well after In the Zone pitch like that. And there's also an album that came out around this time that I'm going to get towards eventually within these pitches, which is Britney and Kevin Chaotix. That's another type product. Originally, I was thinking that Kevin Federline didn't have that many products, but that's another type one that came out around that time. So good, nice pitches there. You get to that one as well. So I'm gonna, yeah, so hit that first and then pitch. But yeah, the variety as far as saying the pitch behind this album, some real prolific kind of dance jumps within pitch like that as far as these varieties can happen. So within the aspects as far as getting towards within the variety, good, excellent. Good, excellent type hitting to appeals. Now within the pitch, I'm not as full blown sure if there was a single off of Be in the Mix. The remixes might have been within these pitches, but particularly at least one of the closer new type ones to Be and Then We Kiss for this. But it's simple type ballistics pitches like that. So that's the first. And the aspect amongst this does have like it kind of like Britney Spears was kind of getting towards like some trance type songs and In the Zone pitch like that, and some good nice phrases. So there's a couple of these off here that have like pitches of like kind of schmooze type factor and pitch of just like smoke gaze, eye gaze, good fairs like that, kind of with like what would be kind of like school dance, kind of slow dance type fairs pitch like that. Some of those romance type ones as the balloons start to lose their helium pitch like that, but also for like the product of particular applying that to like tranceclub type fairs with a pitch where this is kind of product where it doesn't feel like there's anyone else in the room as far as those fairs. It's kind of actively focused, this kind of pitch as far as you've got like you pretty much count all the gray hairs and like Starry Mist's hair pitches like that. Sounds probably as far as the pitch kind of happens. Your green eyes look like apple, like your like your Granny Smith apple eyes pitches like that. Sounds surprised amongst the pitch. Just kind of looks like an apple pie that has been left out for too long. Pitch like that. Sounds surprised. But the pitch first end is active type product. Paying attention to Star Mist and the products. So some of these type phrases, this trance club type nest. The pitch. Some of these type ones are some zappy type ones. Also in the pitch like that. The original Me Against the Music off here is pretty hitting within the pitch as far as talking about the variety. That has like some jump that kind of mildly within certain type taste. I think is hitting type pitch, kind of getting to some of those type ones that Britney Spears had, kind of like the Hit Me Baby One More Time type days. There's traces of that with some of these type pitches. This further type phrase that was kind of missed like the period for Britney Spears where it was kind of the controversy type phrase, but she handled it pretty well. The music, despite the fact what people are thinking of her character seemingly 2005, 2006, the music was pretty hitting. Some of these type phrase, like I want to say I might have said that in 2016 when I reviewed Be in the Mix, but the fair, that was a hitting type album despite the fact it was kind of, you know, you just folks probably need to moreover pay attention like the quality, like the aspects of what Britney Spears was up to in terms of like the music type fairs as opposed to like the personal life type fairs. But the pitch as far as some hitting typeness, she dropped a multitude of products in 2005. The Britney and Kevin type 1, the key cuts for the remix, which just has tunes off of Britney. That would be in the mix, the remixes. Then you also had the Greatest Hits album, which recently came out in late 2004, which has some new shit on there. She has some new shit on there as well. So some of those type pitches, she was pretty much a queen, definitely a queen as far as staying within those pitch amongst that particular range pitch. Like that's the phrase as far as getting towards that hit type right with the pitch. Yeah, some of those type jumps, VH1 kind of spring break type jumps pitch like that. Feels like Carson Daly should show up at any moment. Some of those type folks, TJ Lavin, I think some of those folks in pitch like that should just be being like, hey, this is the new hit shebang from Queen. From Queen Bee, Britney, some of those, just the announcing type phrases to what we get towards it, but the pitch, hitting type aspect, the pitch far as same banner type feels, but these step out type phrase, crunchy type flares, pitch like that, just get towards the scent. hitting type sim type product. Now within the pitch, as far as like the full bound sim type fairs kind of pitch, as far as saying some of these type phrase, it's more kind of within the composition of some of those type products more than what's designated within the room that I had, the notepad to have some of these type phrases. The pitch person, the active type fairs, as far as some of these type pitch kind of happen. So if I do say some of these types of things, not like it's not off the cuff normally, but some of these pitch as far as just paying attention like the right kind of amongst it within the pitch as far as just like the particular, it's being able to say some of these type fairs, just having like the set aside, pull aside type fairs in the pitch, just like the product, this tranceclub type gaze in the pitch, just like some zappy type ones, a bitch like that. But yeah, I recommend all 5 songs up here, 10 out of 10. So, and then we kiss Junkie XL remix, hitting type ones like a woozy kind of trance fog to get towards here to share with me. Definitely fairs why you worn out. So it's definitely some of those type pitch. It just says like the night starts to simmer, kind of the more gleam type factor in the pitch of this coast longs before dipping out. So I'm surprised that before the quality dip out type phrase pitch like that is bang bang typeness. Good, easy type right now. Kind of strikes me more like Sunday type clubbing more within pitch, even though that probably would be the particular as far as like the fray of probably having to get towards like the snap of like the makeshift the next couple days from those pitch. But it's this kind of variety is real woozy type factor in the pitch for us saying this probably particular diva femme within pitch for us just the product just kind of cute yawns and kind of the pitch as far as just saying the product as far as like the pitch of not so much getting cranky, but just kind of the aspect of it's like taking like a baby boomer or like the pitch of like a particular silent generation type starlet nowadays out for like a dance type gig within some of the pitch for us probably kind of the pitch for us and it's kind of the product just within the pitch of this. Britney Spears would probably be pretty ballyhooed just after one type swing of hit me baby one more time. Some of those pitches that brings out all the old ladies and a lot of women pitch like that. But the phrase for us in good pitch like that, good nice phrase. But yeah, this why you worn out, it's weak details, pitch like that. Some phrase for us. That's what kind of happens. Kind of pitch up. It's kind of leftover type products. Just like the wind down. Just balm type fair pitch like that, good niceness. Me Against the Music, Justice, the extended mix hitting off here. This has Madonna that kind of helps out with the chorus and pitch like that. Now this is good like the Buzz single that was actually the first single before Toxic back in like the early mid 2000s pitch like that's some good nice. This is a nice jump off here. It's like an excellent kind of buzz hop to get towards here. Definitely pitch like that to shake your bonbon. Definitely pretty easy pitch like that. Just definitely get towards the park like it's spring break since the pitch is. Some of that phrase, just easy kind of summer evening type heat and pitches like that within these phrases. Definitely product of Britney Spears getting towards like, and she's pretty good with like the outfit type phrases. So definitely pitch as far as saying some of those type ones in the product like the ensemble type phrases, like the pitch of definitely moving around to like all sorts of jumping beans. Some of the phrases like amongst as far as these phrases kind of get towards this pitch, pop up like some popcorn. Definitely has put your particular Colonel asked like the microwave here as far as these pros kind of good nice pitch for as far as kind of having stuff in the pitch. I like mine personally with hot sauce as far as these pros kind of some of those type pitches. Get ready for that as far as these pros kind of having definitely. The end type bangs like this hot tick is definitely good, but the pitch for saying definitely fairs of like some particular kind of dry gin fairs like that probably get things real tore up pretty quickly. Pitch like that, but afraid just Night can definitely get worse. Starry here, it's Frozen Frizz, but good, nice pitch. Frozen Frizz, this accent kind of buzz, just takes it back to Britney, this early 2000 type prime pitch like this, and it's type ones. Now, I do own, like, In the Zone, purchased it recently, pitches like that. I haven't got around to full bound. It's been a little bit since I full bound listened to Me Against the Music. I've been listening to Toxic, and every time a little bit more with these pitches, but the phrase process, I need to get towards listening to original Me Against the Music with some good, nice pitches. This remix here is pretty hitting. Just need to go. All these songs, like I was saying, are on Be in the Mix remix. So I need to go. Need to get around to going ahead and purchasing Be in the Mix as well. Good pitch, like a hitting type phrase, definitely. Touching My Hand, Bill Hamill remix, hitting off here. Good pitches, like a good throwback to 90s Euro pop. Sends to pitch like that. 90s Euro, good pitch like that. The Simp with Me, definitely a star here. Hit type price pitch like that. Tell me about some of these makeshifts here as far as these pros going to go. But Britney Spears with like Hadaway, LaBouche type vibes, some of these type pitches like that. Spice Girls playing those type folks like that. As far as these phrases gonna have them playing these type pitches, aspects like particular like the folks that did like Sandstorm pitch like that. Just ripped out like good nice pitch kind of get towards this here with like 2005 typeness and pitch as far as talking about the price as far as like the aspect of taking back to summer 93, summer 95 songs to pitch when you think of like the hit type phrase like the Mortal Kombat theme song and some of those type pitches that were just prominent, like good roller skate type parks and dance type phrase pitches like that. Some of those type jump offs, playing these ballistic type ones. Dance type ballyhoos, playing those type pitches. The kind of electro clash kind of hitting kind of electro clash and I think it's like Kerncraft 400, some of those type ones like that. Sounds pitch from the aspect for us, like the jump off pitch like that. Some of those type ones, but pitches of prolific type jump with them pitch as far as just like consistent kind of dance pretty. But yeah, makeshifts with these phrases, kind of the product of this, like the product of kind of some night shift kind of catch up, probably within the aspect of grub type air nearby, sense of pitch on top of that, this particular tones of like nacho, me probably getting like some spicy nachos pitch like that, the fray of like particular star getting like pretzel, like some pretzel, some kettle pretzel like some kettle corn, some pretzel like some kettle corn, some pretzel like some pretzel are like some kettle corn, some pitches like funnel cakes, some of those type pitches. With them product, when you pay attention to some of those type products where there would be food type air with them pitch, more sweet type products kind of pitch first, and you'll obviously get like the wings and like the nacho type air pitch like that. But in terms, just aspects for us saying just good treat, some of those type aspects, it's not too big a deal to go and pick up like almond joys and some pitch like that at 2 minutes away on a gas station. Some of those type pitch, but products pitch like that may get towards tearing up like a blueberry sweet. Some of those stuff is Ma can get her cough on some sprays. But pitch for us saying good products amongst it's kind of how that makeshifting pitch like that's the product of. What was the best day of the week? What was the worst day of the week? Sounds the first one pitched. Hated Monday. Loved Wednesdays. Probably the first kind of sounds the pitch kind of product of what's the particular. Definitely simp with me. The product of dislike the fray of just details pitch like that. But very good pitch like that amongst just like ballyhoo kind of set aside with them product like some dance jump pitch like that. So definitely dance the phrase, but also the product just set aside also pitch like that. Toxic Peter Rauhofer reconstruction mix is hitting off here as well. Good nice pitch like a crunchy combo with Me Against the Music. Parsley first kind of good nice pitches. Just definitely destroy Tokyo here within these pitches. Just with like King Kong Godzilla type mess. Parsley first gonna happen. Destroy NY as well. Pitch like that. Just some of these type phrases get towards the product of this. Where the airplanes come out, some of the pitches trying to machine gun your ass down. Supposed to pitch gun. It's the product of definitely a bitch ass type song with them pitch like that. Now, it's with them phrase, not saying bitch ass in terms of being like lame-o, but the pitch for us saying just kind of good show your teeth type song with them pitches. Kind of like the runway type song with them pitch. It just like, yeah, it's kind of Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian type vibes pitch like that. Some stuff stars pitch like that. Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway in like a more kind of rave type sense pitch like that, sense that stars pitch like that. It feels like the particular pitch, like pitch perfect, but just kind of probably 80% more bitch as far as the phrase, but just good nice pitches. Just classic Britney Spears element type phrase, some of those type pitches. The remix, this particular Rauhofer reconstruction mix definitely feels like it should be on like some glam type, just drag type nights pitch like that. As far as the phrase kind of good nice pitch, but yeah, definitely destroy Tokyo pitch like that. Get so the product is not is can say it's within the taste of it, but let's get like some 9/11 type shit here as far as it's first gonna happen. Definitely horror type day pitch like that. The pitch definitely full bound pitch like that with the phrase just saying star miss gets or some of that type of rock pitch like that with the phrase bars. Throw a tantrum with a pitch like that. Breathe on Me, Thin White, Duke Mix is hitting off here as far as the phrase kind of good pitch like that. It's like a late shift kind of trance. Sparks get towards a good pitch like that. Just you trying to maul yourself, so as far as good pitch like that. That's a shame because your nails are new as far as the phrase kind of pitch for saying. Haven't met too many people that want their home to get hit by a tornado as far as these first guys kind of pitch for saying it's the active typeness. This kind of the tone of it's like a mouse that actively wants to get the cheese on the mouse trap as far as this first guy's kind of pitch. You have to realize that snaps their neck as far as this first guy's a pitch for saying just some sort of death wish and story here as far as the first guy and good nice pitch, but definitely probably as far as good pitch like that. This excellent type phrase is definitely, you just got these nail sensitive pitches. You're probably going to break your heels. On top of that, you're going to have one that works, one that doesn't. Going to be looking like Igor or something like that. Sensitive pitch amongst kind of phrase. You have the posture of like a particular lobster or something like that. It's going to be a phrase for us in pitch like that. Probably sunburnt also sends pitch with like this blistering type air. That's alright. Good pitches. Just particular probably me definitely get to his probably just boogie type air pitch like that. Sends band toughness and pitch for us saying this crunk type air is definitely hot vodka with things pitch for us. The first guy doesn't have to be cool, crisp in the fridge pitch like that. Sounds for us just pitch as far as aspect with them right now. Whether it is homestead type air, but a lot of this does have the Benny type fray with them pitch like the prolific toughness, but just the pitch for us saying, hey, just kind of get some crunk type air pitch like that with addition like the phrase of further kind of kettle corn pitch like that. Sounds for us just good set aside with them pitch. It is fine like good sweeter type treats fairs like that with the pitch. Like I said, just whatchamacallits fairs like that. It's just right nearby. 90 seconds away pitch like that with the fray. Good nice pitch amongst set. 10 out of 10 EP pitch like that. Now within the fray, I'm reviewing this product because I wanted to get towards this. I'm going to cover a lot of Britney Spears pitch like that. I'm going to clear out the catalog what she has with the pitch. I have actually covered this album in the past, albeit kind of different type formats way back in 2016. So there's first thing getting towards it again within the aspects. I might review like the singles off of like Be in the Mix remixes if there are some off that as well pitch like that with the phrase part saying. Then that's probably kind of a revamp to some of those type phrase pitch like that. I am going to get to like My Prerogative, the greatest hits album by Britney Spears. Has some new stuff on there soon enough, and then pitch not immediately, but it's going to happen. Some of those stuff phrase pitch for saying 10 score. The social score, same shit with things pitch, just prolific on a dance jump. The sim type project's really paying attention. Star pitch like that sounds price going to active to this, just getting towards some carnage. Definitely. This pitch as far as saying ICU probably definitely needs to be in her speed dial as far as this first kind of product. This is stickler for pain here as far as these first kind of good pitch like that, but afraid just some of those stuff products active typeness, the tear up, if I was saying within the product the tear up, some of those stuff products just having like an active select, probably some of these pitches, it's good nice phrase, within the product to me getting towards tear up, I realized that there are like special kind of drinks, like when you think of like spritzers and some of those type ones that have like names like Bloody Mary and some fairs like that, there's plenty of those type folks that can name like active list that probably has a little bit more kind of within like the catalog amongst those, the phrase me just kind of being like, hey, I'm just going to get this vodka, some of those fairs and like some dry gin fairs like that with the pitch for saying having some of those type ones, but you'd have like the names for it like like names like Bloody Mary and like the can't think it's full bound, but there's like some bartender folks that are on YouTube pitch like that have some of those type phrases that could have like a list of some of those type phrases to get like the bartender type phrase having some of those type pitches for like star and pitch like that, along with definitely phrase like kettle corn, some gas station type beelines, pick up some phrase like that in addition to active type, this sim type bananas pitch like that. Phrase just set aside roller skate type clubs, dance type phrase, just good, go type clubs, trance type phrase, some of these places where you're gonna hear Euro place where you're going to hear Euro pop, probably some daytime type clubs nowadays, and those pitches probably where they play 96 type phrase pitch like that. A phrase like that, the Britney Spears in her prime, good nice pitches, just feels like the controversy never happened pitch like that, so it's a good nice phrase. In terms of future, fortunate aspect, Britney Spears doesn't seem to be too active in these pitches nowadays in these pitches, but the variety kind of most she does have over she does actively have over 20 or so products pitched like that. So there's plenty more of these type to get to pitch like that. I'm definitely going to get some more of these type ones. But yeah, Easy Classic, despite the fact that Be in the Mix, the remix is the one to get within those pitches because it has these particular 5 songs in addition, like 7 or so, 10 or so more pitch like that. But good nice price, definitely hitting type product worth the investment within the degrees of how you want to go about getting it. recommend be in the mix. The remix does this. It's kind of the easier grab, but yeah, definitely hitting typeness.